Genuine versus toxic positivity. I'm Brian Withers, empowerment coach, trainer, and author. Well, this is a bit of a topic nowadays as people are understanding more about how this energy universe works, and that there's a lot more than the law of attraction going on. And it's not really about manifesting, it's about energy. It's about where our energy is. We are vibrational beings, and our thought energy has a vibration associated with it. And we know if it's high or low because negative emotion tells us. And what high vibration energy is thoughts that are in alignment. Alignment, meaning that we see life the way that our inner being sees it, which is the way of the creative process, right? These 5 parts to the creative process that explain everything and all the elements within that. Why we came here, who we are, how life works, why things happen as they do, how we change them, how desire is born and turns to physical things, all that stuff, the wholeness of who we are, it's all in there. And so when you think thoughts that are in agreement with that knowledge of life, then you're going to feel good because you're going to feel empowered, you're going to feel happy, you're going to feel satisfied, you're going to feel secure. You're going to know everything is working out for you, that is set up to work out for you. You're going to understand that everything is serving you. It just gives you a whole library of thoughts, no matter what life is like, that allows you to feel good about things from that perspective. And so your inner being, that larger part of you, that non-physical part of you, is always in tune with that. And sometimes you slip out of tune with that because the physical world gets your attention in a way that doesn't feel very good. You don't like what's going on. So then you're thinking thoughts in that way, and your inner being sends you a negative emotion to let you know. So we want to genuinely be in high vibration, genuinely be feeling good, not just pretending to feel good. And this is the distinction here. What is toxic positivity versus genuine positivity? Well, toxic positivity is really not realizing that negative emotion is a good thing. It's not a bad thing. So a lot of times people think, oh, it's bad to have negative emotion. That means your energy is off, and you better think some good feeling thoughts. Now, you don't have any idea how to think a good feeling thought, so you say thoughts that sound good, right? Or you could be in denial. You could be not feeling all that good emotionally, but then you say things, you talk to other people in ways that you want to present yourself as feeling good. And so even though a negative feeling thought is on your mind, you're trying to override it, right? With some kind of thought, words that make you think that you're being positive, but you're at the root, you are absolutely in negative energy. So it's all about a cover-up. Cover over, sweeping it under the rug, saying things that sound positive, denial, pretending, again, just sticking the happy face over what doesn't feel very good within you. And that's toxic for sure, because you've got a faulty belief active and broadcasting to the law of attraction, and you're not doing anything about it. You see, you can only do something about it if you acknowledge it. And if you're pretending to be happy when you're not, now you can't change the energy. You're just you're streaming low vibration energy to the law of attraction, because the law of attraction does not hear your words; it hears how you feel. So you cannot pretend to be positive. You cannot fake out the law of attraction. So that is what the toxic thing is. And now there's an indicator if you're doing that, because if you are not noticing that you are progressing through stage 3 into stage 4 of the 7 stages of manifestation change, you see that progress shows you that you're deactivating faulty beliefs, that you're hitting them right head on. You know how to deal with them. You're talking them away. You're shrinking them down. You're displacing them, right? You're dissolving them because you're talking to them in a way that you're exposing them as false, nonsense, silly, and you're bringing in the new thoughts that are in alignment with the creative process. And so you're actively facing them head on and sending them running. And as you do that, you develop the new patterns of thought, and you are creating new natural beliefs that are displacing the faulty beliefs. And so if you are not noticing that happening, then you could very well be experiencing toxic positivity. Although I will say this, it may be that you just need more training in the deconstruction and reconstruction of faulty beliefs. So, but be aware of that and know, okay, is my deconstruct giving me emotional relief? And if it is, then you're on your way to stage 4. And if it's not, then it's not changing anything, because you've got to feel the emotional relief. That's what tells you the deconstruct and the reconstruct is working. And then if you just abandon that deconstruction, reconstruction process and just pretend to be happy and do all these other things, cover up, saying positive things, positive sounding things, that is the toxic positivity for sure. Now, if you want to take this a step further, so somebody might say, "Oh no, I'm definitely more in stage 4." Now, they could be giving you the old toxic positivity story, trying to make you think they're there. But where the rubber meets the road on this one is in stage 5. If your life flow is not changing, and in 30 days of being dominantly in stage 4, you're moving in there more and more, then you're going to really see a flow change in your physical life. Days going easier, timing is right. You'll just feel the day going easier. And that's your real evidence for sure that you genuinely are moving from stage 3 to 4. So, you can know that you're feeling stage 4, as I define in that video, the 7 stages of manifestation change. It's pretty easy to identify you're there. And if you're fooling yourself, if you're trying to think that you're there, the real proof is if stage 5 is coming. Because quite frankly, when you are doing a good job, when you're effective at deconstruction and reconstruction, 30 days is enough to see some flow changes in your life. 30 days. And if you've gone 90 days and there's no flow change, you're not in stage 4. You're in stage 3, and either you're not effective at doing it, or you are in denial of the fact that it's not working for you. You're not creating those kinds of new dialogues or self-talk, scripts, stories. You're not creating them in a way that's really effectively giving you emotional relief. So you see, there's no, in my process there, in that 7 stages, you cannot fool yourself, or let's say you can fool yourself, but you're going to be found out. Because soon as if you're talking with people or, telling a good story and your life isn't changing, it's going to expose the fact that you're really not effectively in stage 4. And so you don't want to do that to yourself. I mean, you are where you are. So in stage 3, you're listing all your faulty beliefs. You should have a faulty belief list there. And then you are deactivating them. So you're setting up scripts that give you genuine emotional relief from them. And as you practice those and use them in your daily life, then you are going to decrease the intensity of those faulty beliefs. That is what puts you more, because you're increasing the intensity of the positive natural beliefs as you're deactivating the others. And so you're going to be more and more in stage 4, genuinely. And then you will see stage 5 and then on to 6 and 7. So it's pretty easy, really, to see if you are genuinely feeling good more often, feeling more in alignment. Let's say it like that, so that there's no confusion here. It's alignment. When you're in alignment, when you're thinking about life in ways that agree with the creative process, about who you are and how life works, why you came here, then that's genuine feel-good thoughts. Okay? So let's look at genuine feeling good thoughts. So we do acknowledge that negative emotion is present, and it's a very good thing, because it's told us that we just slipped out of alignment. It's our inner being saying, you are now looking at that situation with thoughts that are out of alignment with the creative process. They're not the way that I'm thinking and seeing it. I'm seeing it in a way that's serving you, that's working for you, that's causing your life to expand. It's all good news. And you have got down into some details that aren't feeling all that good to you, and you're thinking you're stuck or life is unfair or you're not good enough or all these thoughts, and none of that is true. So you've slipped out of alignment. It's time for you to get back in alignment. And the way you get back in alignment is you start thinking from this creative process perspective. And specifically, you get into the deconstruction, reconstruction process. So here you are, you admit to yourself, okay, I'm feeling worried, fearful, doubtful, anxiety, and all those, guilty, all those negative emotions, whatever they are. That means that faulty beliefs are influencing your present moment conscious mind, and you're feeling negative emotion because of it. So what deconstructing does is it looks right at that thought. What is that thought? And you acknowledge it, whatever it is, and you say, that's not true. That thought, it does not agree with the creative process. That does not agree with either who I am or why I came here or how life works or what I can have. It doesn't agree. It's nonsense. It's silly. It's something I picked up along the way from somebody who didn't know how this worked. So now you've deconstructed. You've shown it to be nonsense, silliness. You send it running, and then you bring in the new story. You talk about the creative process. And what's true is I can have anything I want. Contrast is a good thing. When I have something that I don't like, my inner being creates what I want. I choose good feeling thoughts. That thought energy is picked up by the law of attraction. It hooks me up with the details to the path, and I receive everything that I want. And then I just keep doing that as more contrast shows up. So you just start talking. That's the reconstruction. And then you get specific and you say, and what I really want. And then you talk about a relationship, a job, a business, whatever it is, and you talk about that story. So now you've totally reconstructed. So you faced the negative emotion. You didn't deny it. You didn't run away from it. You didn't think it was bad. None of that stuff. You really embraced it. You brought it in and say, oh, you're my friend. Negative emotion, you are my friend. You told me, you're telling me I've slipped out of alignment with my thoughts. Let me look at that thought, and now let me deconstruct it and reconstruct it, you see. So you're doing that. And when you are doing that, then you genuinely are feeling good. And when you're doing that, that process of doing that, that's what moves you from stage 3 to stage 4. Because in stage 4, through the process of deconstruction and reconstruction, and you practice that, you're replacing reactions with responses based on the deconstruction and the reconstruction. And then you're feeling more optimistic more of the time. You're responding versus reacting more of the time. You're more at ease. You're more calm. You're seeing life is your mirror. You're not getting upset or bothered by it. It's just feedback for you. You're more often playing with your dreams, feeling the realness of them. You see that this is what the training of the deconstruction does for you and the reconstruction. It really is a genuine process of moving you back into a genuine good feeling place, because it's a place of alignment. It's very, very different than this toxic positivity. And I know when people first come to the channel, they don't know my work, and they'll listen to one of the videos and they'll think that I'm talking about toxic positivity. Oh, just feel good all day, no matter what, feel good. I'm not saying that. I'm saying, yes, feel good all day, but you've got to know how to get there. If you're feeling negative emotion, own up to it, acknowledge it, and look at the thought and what the belief is behind it, and then go into the deconstruct. I'm not just saying pull out some kind of positive sounding thought out of a hat and sort of paste that in your mind. Not at all. We're not doing any of that here. There's nothing going on here like that. There's no toxic positivity going on here at all. This is learning to be the master of your mind and understanding what emotion is and using it in the way it's intended to be used, and then getting your thoughts in alignment with the way life works with the creative process, so that you are genuinely feeling good. You're not doing this. You're not covering up yourself with some smiley face just in some phony, false way. You are genuinely moving yourself back into a good feeling place. And when you do, then you're going to genuinely feel good, at ease. Again, that's stage 4. Stage 4 of the 7 stages. You're genuinely going to be there. And again, if you are, you can't fool yourself, because you won't move to stage 5 if you're not genuinely in stage 4. And that's your test. And then you get to decide, are you really going to go to work and do the work to deconstruct, or are you just going to try to keep fooling yourself that you're really feeling good? And if you want to do that, that's a choice, but I highly recommend that you not do that, because your life will not be the fulfilling life that you came for. You cannot have a high vibration life from low vibration energy. So that's the message for today. Wanted to make sure I straightened that out, right? So you get to decide where you're going when a negative emotion comes up. Are you going to get yourself genuinely back into positive, or are you just kind of pasting over it and glazing over it and making stuff up that sounds good? So that's not going to get you anywhere. That's going to keep your life where it is. And if you come over here to the genuine side, the deconstruction, the retraining of your mind, the displacement of faulty beliefs, you are definitely going to get your life changing and get it where you want it to be. Okay, so thanks for listening in. If you have any questions, leave them on the post. Enjoy your day.